Hi, I'm Angelo Salatino, and I'm a research fellow at the Knowledge Media Institute of the Open University in the UK. My academic profile falls at the intersection of semantic web, AI, and meta science, and this last one is also commonly known as science of science, which puts science under the microscope in order to understand its practices and develop tools in order to make scientific enterprise more efficient. Yes, so most of the Scholar Analytics tools or approaches are leveraging research metadata. And for example, we can see in the literature approaches for detecting research trends or extracting topics from abstracts, or for example, analyzing citation, understanding topic diversity within teams, and also geographical distribution of research and so on. Nowadays, with LLMs, we can actually get better insight, more deeper insight by looking at the content of research papers. It all boils down at how we represent such data, right? So knowledge graph can be quite handy, and more specifically, scientific knowledge graphs. There are some initiatives out there such as the ORKG, the Open Research Knowledge Graph, and also the Computer Science Knowledge Graph. However, there is more work needs to be done, because in order to, for example, in order to have better coverage, more depth and more breadth, in order to have a better coverage in the kind of features that those we are describing, and also in terms of coverage of topics and disciplines, and also other kind of documents that are missing in this knowledge graph. Nowadays, LLMs have unlocked a new level of opportunities in all domains, including the scientific domain. In particular, you can imagine an LLM-enabled research assistant in order to make our work more efficient. In this kind of landscape, I am currently supervising three PhD students. One of them is working on the automatic literature review generation, the other one is working on the automatic hypothesis generation, and the other one is working on automatic generation of research topics ontologies. And in this context, I'm also fortunate because in the next 12 months, I'm going to be working on another project, also funded by UKRI Meta Science, which is going to focus on automating peer review. So exciting times ahead. With regards to the risks, there is the misuse of LLMs, which is a very a topic that is very close to my heart. And LLMs give you endorphins, they are seductive, they are addictive. And I've seen in several cases in which LLMs have been used irresponsibly at the cost of scientific integrity and scientific trust. So very much aligned with these risks, the question that I would like to investigate in the upcoming years is that how do we ensure that LLMs stay in the passenger seat? Working with industrial partners sets you up with different challenges and other ways of working. In my experience, I've seen a great deal of pragmatism. If there is a problem, we find a solution, we deploy it without too much overthinking. With regards to the challenges that I've encountered, the first one is working at scale. So for example, in the case of the CSO classifier, when I developed it, it was working beautifully, excellent result, but it was working only in the academic context because it was not fast enough. So in order to be deployed, I had to re-engineer the classifiers so to make it 4 times faster. So only then it could be deployed. With regards to other challenges, of course, there is keeping up like uptime requirements. Of course, for industry, they want the service that you propose or that you develop needs to be live all the time, ready to use. And another challenge is how you communicate your research. You need to develop other sorts of skill to communicate your research or transfer knowledge with industrial partners. And you need to find ways to convince them that your product is a good product, otherwise they won't take it. So yes, that's it. love to have semantics at home in Milton Keynes in UK where I work, right? Milton Keynes is home of Bletchley Park, which is an historical place where British code breakers were deciphering, including Alan Turing actually, were deciphering enemy military communications. And so it would be an ideal spot to run an AI and semantic web conference there. But otherwise, I think that semantics, it would be nice to see semantics moving around Europe, for example, Italy, France, and Spain. Neurosymbolic AI has established itself in recent years as one of the major trends in this area. We have seen several combinations of symbolic and sub-symbolic approaches in different flavors, including the synergy between knowledge graphs and LLMs. And actually, in these editions, we've already seen several talks about neurosymbolic AI. So I'm pretty confident that neurosymbolic AI is gonna still play a key role here, and it's gonna make AI more production ready, and it's gonna give more value to all the technologies that we have developing over the time, and it's gonna be AI is gonna be more adopted by industry. That will lead potentially to semantics itself benefit from more industrial sectors and more industrial partners attending the conference.